Dressing well is a form of good manners. This popular quote by American fashion designer Tom Ford stresses why it is important for anyone to dress appropriately to suit not only their age, status, and profession, but by extension, any event they are attending. For young people, especially students in second cycle institutions acquiring knowledge and moral values, the list when it comes to dressing is not complete without the following attributes: decent, modest, and more importantly, appropriate. Unfortunately, these qualities seem to be lacking for many students in recent times. Over the last few days, the news team has been monitoring some senior high school students to and from school following some observations we made in the weeks leading up to this report. Bushy hair, unbuttoned shirts, belts that were not only loose but half worn, shirts hanging loosely rather than tucked in their corresponding shorts, socks and shoes of different colors and types defeating the uniformity which characterizes secondary education in Ghana were among the scenes our cameras captured. I know there were those who wielded smartphones either doing some listening or surfing. It sprang to mind the question, were these phones in their possession while they were in school? I tried to initiate a conversation with some of them to understand the reason for the lack of concern about how they carried themselves publicly in their uniforms. Try as I did, they wouldn't stop to listen to me. You might be wondering what happened to the strict rules which used to guide students' dressing and general appearance in and out of school, especially when they are in uniform. I sought answers from some parents who used to be in the shoes of these young ones as they juxtapose what it was like in their days compared to what we are seeing now on the streets.
During our period, our dressing was very decent. Decent in the sense that when you close, even at home, in the morning when you are going to school, we mingle with the seniors, from 1, from 2, from 3, from 4, we mingle with the seniors. So far as you are your senior, we must be improper dress. But nowadays, look at how they dress. Roughly, even they don't bother to talk to their elders outside anyhow.
I think the breakdown of the societal structure is contributing. The children themselves not being disciplined enough is contributing. And also thirdly, the lapse in the enforcement.
In our time, anybody can call you to order if you are not properly dressed. That's the main issue. If you go into school as a student, any parent or any adult who sees you on the way, why are you not tucking? You know that adult can easily walk into your school, report that these guys or these boys were misbehaving along the way, they were not properly dressed, puts a dent on the image of the school you are coming from. And every school will want to protect the image of its school. I mean, the school will want to protect its image. So if you are not properly dressed, you can be called to order by anybody else.
So what message does improper dressing convey, especially for young people on their way to becoming adults? Sika Goka, an etiquette coach, explains.
I mean, naturally, we're very much programmed to pay attention to first impressions. So if you were to see a student like that, particularly at the start of the day, you would normally look at them and assume that they're not maybe as serious as other students as well. We judge people by their appearance. It may sound like a shallow thing, but we're full of information, and the way that we present ourselves to others tells us something about that person.
Is it appropriate to wear sneakers and trainers with that kind of uniform?
Absolutely. I mean, I definitely wouldn't believe that trainers form part of any school's dress code, except when you're playing sports or doing PE. So I would really like to look at whatever that particular school's policy is on footwear, because traditionally it should be black and they should be full shoes, not exposing the toes, and at least, you know, black, sort of navy and brown. Those are the sort of colors that you expect to see as footwear.
But how long has this trend existed? Are school authorities aware of this development? Father Stephen Osusechre is the national president of the Conference of Heads of Assisted Secondary Schools, CHAS, and the headmaster of Opoku.
It has come to my notice how some of our day students present our senior high school, the image of our senior high schools in town, especially when they are coming to school and when they leave the school for their homes. But when it comes to school rules and regulations, those things also don't work. All right, everybody must be in this kind of footwear. Everyone must be in this kind of dressing, and we expect all to dress that way. Whatever you see our students doing outside there when they close from school is just a reflection of what is happening in society. If they tell you that we have closed and we're going home and that we can do whatever we want to do, and nobody on the street, no adults on the street is correcting them, then it tells you where society is going. Nowadays you can't even meet a student and ask him to tuck in or dress well, because you don't have the right to ask them to do that. It's up to us. But as for us in the school, we teach them what to do. We teach them how to dress well.
There is no doubt that the school dress code is being stretched to new limits by many senior high school students. As educators, parents, and school administrators are grappling with how to get a grip on this worrying trend, the